and I'm trying not to be super nervous and awkward and stare at myself. Anyway, I've kind of been trying to hype myself up to do one of these for a while, and I mean, I figured why not now? Why not go ahead and do it? I hope everyone can see it's all working well. I live out in the middle of nowhere, so the internet is sketchy anyway. But alternatively, I don't have neighbors, so I got that going for me. Um, that's nice. What's up, Salem? Um, a bunch of people are kind of jumping over from Facebook. I'm part of a couple of different groups, and Miami. I love Miami. I want to go back to Miami. Okay, I'm getting distracted, but if you're coming from any of the Facebook groups, what's going on, guys? It's nice to kind of, sort of meet you, I guess. I think the way this is going to have to work is that you go live and I go live, and like now we can say we've kind of met. Do a rain dance. Does that involve me taking off my shirt because I look good? This is just not a shirtless situation here. I want to keep this PG, more or less. Anyway, I am live from my office on top of my hill in the middle of nowhere, Louisiana, and yeah, if you guys don't know me, my name's Neil Bullock. I've been plugging away at this YouTube thing for like 3 years now. I've learned so much. It's been a blast. It's been awesome. I've got to meet a ton of people, and just recently we've sort of changed things up to where we're doing a little bit more on the project vehicle side. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with both of the projects, Vanilla Rice and Run GMC. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know kind of what's going on with both of them, but we've got some more up-to-date stuff going on. Let's see. Also, yes, I'm really excited. That's my go-to really excited thing. I realize a lot of weird things about this whenever I'm looking at myself. You know, I don't have to look at myself all day. I feel really bad for my wife. Just look at this. A lot. Anyway, Ocala. I don't think I've ever been to Ocala, but I like Florida. I've been to Florida a lot. I'm gonna have to do a Florida road trip and meet up with all you guys. Anyway, big goal, big goal. Don't get distracted, Neil. Don't. My ADD is running amok. We are about a month away on this channel from making 1 million views. Now, it's not one of those things. Hey, Louisiana is hot too. You get used to it. I would rather that than cold. It's been unseasonably cold. Back to what I was saying. Stop that. Anyhow, 1 million views is crazy in my mind. Like, I can't imagine 1 million people watching anything that I create, and maybe that's why I'm having such this like mind fart here. And I don't know, I just think that's really cool. It's always been kind of one of those goals. A lot of people that get in the YouTube game, their goal is always something along the lines of like, oh, I want 1 million subscribers. And of course, everybody does. But not everybody wants to put in the work, you know? Everybody wants to be famous. Nobody really wants to put in the work. I'm not a huge on, like, music, I guess. I like it. I listen to it. I enjoy it. But I saw a post one time. You know, it was Fetty Wap the rapper with like one eye, and I thought it was hilarious. He goes, everybody wants to be Fetty Wap, but nobody wants to lose an eye. Deep stuff from a monocular man. Anyhow, so I'm really excited. I want to do something cool, but I don't know what to do for 1 million views, because we're gonna hit it in February or early March, and I blew something up when we were finding out what the gender of our daughter was. Spoiler alert. She's a girl. And I think I still have some of that tannerite in the back. I could blow something up, but I don't want to blow up any of the cars, because I kind of like my cars. Kind of love them. Anyhow, speaking of cars, we're like 4 minutes into this thing and we haven't said a single thing about a car. So let's talk about cars. Right now, Project Vanilla Rice is sort of the, yes, explosions are always good. Project Vanilla Rice is sitting in the shop waiting on me to have time. It's kind of sad. Also, I've got the head off, and we sent it to a shop locally that was going to redo everything. And you want to blow up the DSM, don't worry. I think the DSM might blow itself up if I let you talk me into like 600 horsepower builds. Um, we took, or my mechanic Mike took the head to a shop locally, and they said it was going to be like 2-ish months, which is kind of ridiculous. Um, I mean, it's, I guess I've never had this done before, so I don't know if that's usual time. But I've been in contact with a good friend of mine, Ernie Daigle. If you're friends of the channel, shots fired. If you're friends of the channel, then you've seen the M5 video where I somebody once said that I had a religious experience in that car, and I kind of did. That thing is a monster. Also, if you're looking for a recently rebuilt M5 with a V10, he's selling it for $11,000. Seriously, if you want to buy that car, let me know. I'll send you the information. Ernie's a great guy. He has all the documentation on it. He's very fastidious. And then you have an M5 that'll make you go, ah! Yeah, I know it's cheap. My wife says I can't buy any more cars yet. So we need to find a way to make this YouTube make like millions of dollars just so you guys can watch me. I'll make a whole video series about me convincing my wife that I need more cars. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It probably won't work. Yeah, small YouTubers are kind of getting the short end of the stick. Can I be there when you blow up, whatever you decide? If you're around here, I'll figure something out. Yeah. If you live in the central Louisiana area, hit me up. We'll figure out something to blow up. I gotta get with my explosion guy. I have an explosion guy. So yeah, we're taking the head down to Ernie. As I was waiting on a couple of things to come in the mail, and they did. Anthony, who I know you're watching this, he brought me a head, and he's telling me maybe I should use that one, maybe I shouldn't, but I got this whole, kit from Cometic to rebuild the entire sort of top end, and it came with a MLS head gasket, and Chris Brady. Hey, Chris. And everything else I need to start putting this together, and I'm super excited. I've got 2 days off for Mardi Gras break, which if you're not from around here, Mardi Gras is sort of the best reason for people in Louisiana to get belligerently inebriated and take 2 days off of work. So I'm hoping that on one of those days I can really dedicate some time to that. But even if the head is still kind of held up, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and swap the shocks in. If you caught the last video, Tony, who is another DSM head out of New Orleans, who is building this just stupid fast 1G, and people from North Carolina don't need a reason to blow stuff up. Okay. He builds like drag eclipses, and they're just ridiculous, and we've been talking a lot back and forth, and I'm sure I've been bugging the ever-living crap out of him. But that's what he gets for giving me stuff. You know, I'm gonna bug you now because, yeah, it's awesome. I actually got to do one of the front shots. I had 30 minutes to work the other day on the car. Hey, Scott. I got 30 minutes to work the other day on the car, and I pulled off one of the front struts, and it was really easy, except for the part where the wheel decided it always wanted to be part of the car forever and ever, amen, and didn't want to like let loose. And then just everything else, it's like PB Blaster all the way, and time. I mean, everything is sort of seized up. This car has been sitting for 10 years, like I've been saying. So it's really an uphill battle, but it's good to finally see some progress. So even if I can't get the head done on Mardi Gras break, we're going to do the suspension. I'm going to go ahead and get the front taken off and take it to the shop at school. That's one of the cool things about being a teacher. That's the only cool thing about being a teacher, let's be honest, is that I'm friends with the school shop teacher who lets me use all of his good tools and stuff. He's got spring compressor and everything built into the wall. It's like one of those big industrial ones. So we'll be able to swap all that over really quick and easy, and then throw them all in there, and we will have fresh set of slightly used Coney yellows on the car. So whenever it does start running again, it won't have body roll like a canoe, which is never fun, especially when you hit boost and it's like, yeah, the few times I got to drive it, it was like all over the place. Let's see. Also, um, another really cool thing. Another subscriber who I'm not sure if he wants me to disclose his name or not, so I'll save that for later. Got in touch with me and said that hey, I've got a cool teachers are a rare species. I don't know if I'm cool. I make questionable life choices and buy $300 eclipses. Does that make me cool? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, a subscriber got in touch with me recently and said, hey, do you want a 16G? I've got a couple of different turbos laying around. And I said, yeah, because actually I'd been talking to Tony, who brought me the shocks, about this, and I told him my sort of goals for the build, and he said, you're gonna need to get rid of the 14B and get a 16G, and I said, okay. So I started looking for them, and I didn't like say anything, and then out of the blue, here comes this guy who just watches the videos and wants to send me a turbo, and I'm like, yeah, I'll pay for shipping, just let me know. So we've been talking back and forth. It should be coming in this week with, I think he's sending it a J-pipe. I'm not 100% sure. So that, one of the things that I always want to mention whenever I do one of the Vanilla Rice videos, but I always kind of forget, is sort of the overall goals of the build. And because it's sort of changed. Originally, I was building for Grassroots Motorsports, which is the sort of budget challenge. Bigger is always better. I'm sorry, I keep seeing these comments pop up like right there, and I want to address all of them because I'm one of those guys that, you know, you go outside and like, squirrel. I'm literally the dog from Up in human form. But I always forget to mention, like, what's the goal for this car? Because everybody asks me, like, what are your goals for the car? Because that's going to determine what parts you need to buy and everything. So let's go ahead and hash it out. I want this... Stop it. Oh, you know what? Actually, keep commenting. This is good. This is good. I want the car to have at least 250 wheel horsepower. Doesn't sound like much. And here's the problem. We've sort of become obsessed with huge numbers cars. Like 1,500 horsepower from a Chiron. Oh my god. Okay. But we've sort of get obsessed with, like, you can buy a Dodge. You can buy a Dodge with like 840 horsepower now. That's crazy. Is there a way I can mute all of you? The comments on this video are going to be great to kind of go back and read. No one knows. Anyway, like I was saying, 250 wheel horsepower. I'm just going to close my eyes and say all this. 250 wheel horsepower, all-wheel drive. That's a lot because with all-wheel drive, you lose a little bit more in drivetrain loss. So we're looking at probably 300 horsepower at the motor, give or take, which would make it officially the most powerful car I own. Like, none of my vehicles are like super fast. They're just, I don't know, they're cool. I hope. I think. Anyway, so we're looking for about 300 horsepower at the crank. We're looking for something that I can autocross. And I know I've said this before in conversation and someone laughed at me so hard they had to stop and take a breath. But I want it to be reliable-ish. And by that, I mean I want to be able to drive it a couple of times a week if I just like decide to hop in it and go, you know what, I'm gonna drive Vanilla Rice to work today and hop in it and go. That's the sort of thing. And there is this like weird little part of me. I need to do a video on it. My father-in-law has this beautiful 1955 Chevy. It's like teal on white. Anyway, it's teal on white, and it is a beautiful car. And he takes it to car shows all over the place. It's classic. He keeps this thing like super clean. I am married to his daughter, and I've got to sit in it like once. I think he might let me drive it for a video if I ask really nicely. He let me drive his old GTO when he had it. But yeah, it's a gorgeous car, and but he likes to take it to classic car shows. And there's this weird little part of me that wants to take, not before I paint it or anything, before I do anything to the body, take Vanilla Rice, because it is 25 years old. Actually, I'm bad at math, guys. It's 26 years old, and park it right next to his 55 and go, hey, look, classics. Uh, and I'm sure he would just move and park somewhere else. But yeah, the next thing that I want to talk about is tires. I've got a good friend of mine, Daniel, who has an M3, who is rebuilding the head on his too. He's slowly getting it all put back together. It's a E36 M3, great car. Like I came so close to trading the Solstice for one several months ago, or well, before I bought the Eclipse. And he's got some tires that'll fit. They might be a little bit wide, but I think we can make it work. That he's gonna sell me for pretty cheap, and they're like 60 tread wear. So it'll be an autocross monster on those. I might need to get a second set of rims with some like 300-ish tread wear tires for street use. And then of course we've got the brakes, which I've been talking about doing an Outlander upgrade or a 3000 GT, because it'll fit generally with the wheel from what I've sort of learned from research. And since originally the goal was to take it to Grassroots Motorsports 2018, but now I'm realizing that just figuring up everything, we're gonna blow the budget like super hard. I think we're gonna do a road trip. I've already convinced the wife. She's on board. She likes road trips. Maybe if you steal an LS, yes. We're gonna get to that in a minute with the truck. So if anybody knows where there's like a LS 1, 2, 3, 7 laying around, hook a brother up. We're talking about doing a road trip, and I'm not quite ready to say where we're planning on going just yet, but we are. It's gonna be somewhere I've never been before, and it's gonna be a trip. And if this sort of helps my channel take off as it is, we're gonna do some meetups in different cities along the way. We're already talking to some people that want to follow and support vehicles. You know, they have that much faith in my mechanical ability. Anyway, let's talk about Run GMC. Run GMC has like this weird special little place in my heart. I'm the second owner of this truck. I bought it for $8,000 with 33,000 miles on it when I was a senior in high school. That was like 11 years ago. God, I'm getting old. Ugh. I bought it from my grandpa. He was the original owner. Like, it was the most mint truck ever, and I have driven it into the ground. Okay, I lowered it, not quite into the ground, but it's pretty low. And I've raced it, and I mean, I bought it with 33,000 miles on it, and right now it's got 245,000 on it because I have no mechanical sympathy, I guess, and it still runs. Still runs great. I had done a video where I put on some rims that someone had given me. They were like these beautiful snowflake 20-inch rims that had come off a Tahoe. The paint was chipping a little bit, but I was like, hey, I just want to see how they look. So I slapped them on there for a video. I knew I was going to need to get new tires. And I took it by a shop to get the other tires swapped back on it because, you know, I didn't have the money at the time for tires. And, oh, they gashed up one of the rims. It said that I had cross-threaded the nut. I'm like, no, I didn't. I put it on by hand. So, I didn't talk anything about that on the channel because I just got frustrated with the whole thing. So, yeah. Tempting. It really is. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that rim fixed eventually after we do some more on Vanilla Rice and get some new tires. I'm having trouble sort of sourcing tires that are not going to be too big because or murder, whatever. Are we playing Distract Neil again? I'm having trouble finding some tires. I sort of figured out what I could get that would be the same diameter as the stock rims with the stock tires on it, and I forgot to write it down. So yeah, I'd like to I'd like to get some tires that I can drive with it. Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about this. I'm gonna make the best meme from a clip of this video. Squirrel. I'll give you that one. How about that? Eventually, we're gonna do an engine swap on Run GMC. Now, we've talked about this way long ago, before I bought the Eclipse and got distracted by, it, because I want that Eclipse to run so bad. The You Pull It in Alexandria, Louisiana will sell you you don't get much information on it, I don't think, but you get the engine, the wiring harness, and ECU for $550, a 5.3 V8. Yes, Salem, do a live stream. Let me know when you do it so I can play Distract Salem. Yeah, so that's eventually going to go on the truck. Now, while it will butt right up to the 4L60, I want to swap either an NV3500, even though it's a little clunky, or find a way to make a better transmission work. And as I was browsing YouTube on some, 5 minutes of free time I had the other day, I saw this video where this guy took a tie rod end, right? And created basically I'm going to pick that up on my way home. And made a sort of remote shifter, took a console out of a Suburban or something, and cut a shifter gate into it, and ran this linkage to where it actually, was this really nice close shifter. And I want to do I want to do that because I want a manual truck, especially with that V8. I want a manual. I love a manual, and I want all my toys to be manual. So, yeah. But the thing is, with truck shifters, you start up here in first, and then you go all the way down here in second, and then third. And, hey, Aaron. And then down here again for fourth. It's not fast or, I don't know. It's fun. I've driven several of them. It's not bad, but I want that, click, 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 click. Yeah, what video was it? I can't remember the guy's name. I'll look in just a minute and tell you who it was. So we talked about tires, we talked about engine, we talked about trans, we talked about console. I have notes. I have notes for once in my life. Rear end. I'm going to have to go and sort of undo some of the stuff I did because I checked under the rear end the other day, and it's where the isolators are, there's a space between it, and now whenever it goes in reverse, it goes clunk. And then forward it goes clunk, which is not good. Yes, T56. Goals. Yeah, that guy. Super good video. Ty Brink. I'll look, pull it up in just a minute. And I don't know if I can put the link in the description. But yeah. So, all right, we talked about that. Now, upcoming videos. If you guys have been sort of following the channel for a while now, originally I would go to car shows, I would interview people, talk about their cars. I've got several videos sort of backlogged that I still have to edit. And while it's not really where this channel is going in the future, I really feel that I need a Dan for Viewer of the Year award. I really want to put those out. So they're going to be, I'm going to try to do more updates on the cars, but they're also going to be sort of, I'm going to throw those out there because he said rear end. I want to get those out there because these people are awesome, and they took time out of their day to talk to me and let me bug them and let me hang out with their car, and I really want to put those out there for them, because I told them I would. And I'm a man that tries to stick to his word. All right. So, yeah, those are going to be coming up. There's a spider on my desk. I killed him on camera. Let's go to some Q&A. I've got my laptop set up over here. That's the on hold tone. Sorry, he was a little spider. He was coming at me. Yeah, Aaron. Even if you don't get the Eclipse done, I want to race the MR2. I want to race something of yours whenever you get it going. Okay. Also, if you guys are sort of following the channel, if you go to the community tab on YouTube, I've been posting some random stuff and like polls and stuff. I enjoy doing polls. Oh, that sounds really suggestive. That's gonna be a meme. Yeah, the WRX is gonna be good. That's gonna be fun. More DSM content. I'm working on it. Okay, I promise. Let's see. Here are some questions we've got. Several questions from one particular person, Tony. So also, I'm gonna do a plug real quick before we get to the Q&A. We kind of comment back and forth. He's a really cool guy. He's on a page, the Automotive YouTubers page. Aaron with 802 Garage. He makes more questionable life choices than I do. This man bought like the most beat up Subaru WRX, MR2, and Eclipse, and it's, you know, you ever feel like you're a glutton for punishment? Go watch his stuff and then realize, you know, maybe you're not necessarily as much of a glutton for punishment as you think. Okay, so let's see. Q&A time. If you want to like throw a question out there, I guess just you know, throw in down here and I'll try to like skim through it. I'll figure it. I'm still trying to work out how this works. Ooh, I can't technically block y'all while I'm live streaming. Just throwing that out there. I don't think I'm gonna do it because this is way too much fun. Diamonds in the rough. I dig it. Let's see. What vehicle am I bringing to Import Face Off on February 18th? For some reason in my mind, I thought Import Face Off was like in October or something. Bye, Salem. So I guess I'm gonna take Run GMC if it doesn't, like, something bad doesn't happen. Knock on wood between now and then. Next mods on Vanilla Rice. Get the thing running and then take it from there. And I want to clean it up some because the interior is just tired. If there's two, when's the other one? November and February. See, that's the one that I thought. I thought it was my entire automotive history is full of questionable choices. Make a YouTube channel. Document it for all the world to see. And it can be like argument one in your insanity plea. There you go. Next mods on VR, just get it running, clean it up some, and make it a fun, enjoyable driver. And autocross car. Hey. Let's see. How high can I kick? Now, this is something I don't talk about a lot on YouTube because karate is like more divisive than car stuff. And I don't need that drama in my life. I just like to get punched in the face sometimes. I'm really good at it. I've broken my nose 11 times. Not on my own accord, but somebody else's. How high can I kick? I've done karate since I was 4 years old. I'm 28 now. You do the math. I've never measured it. I guess like 6'1", 6'2". I can kick a little over my head. If anyone is 6'1", 6'2", and wants me to kick them in the head just to see, you know, leave me a comment. Really high. No, it's not Spinjitzu. Isn't that like made up? I don't know. Let's see. How hard is it trying to balance a full-time job, a newborn, YouTube, and 2 project cars? It is really hard. You know, when we found out that we were having a little girl, I was like, man, I'm gonna be able to, you know, just, you know, work a few hours here and there, and it'll be fine. It'll be fun. I'll be able to, you know, bounce between dad and everything else. And Salem, how tall are you? I think he's gone. Anyway, but it has been kind of difficult. During the summer, it was easier. And honestly, I don't remember the first 5 kids in a race car. I'm not worthy. You win. tap out. Um, luckily he's 6'3". I'm like 5'10". Depending on what convenience store I'm going out of is how tall I am. Sometimes if I want to make myself feel good, I go to the 7-Eleven with the little measuring thing by the door and say, hey, if I robbed this place, how tall would y'all say I was? And the cashier lady usually gives me a look and says about 6 foot, and I'm like, yes, good enough for me. Okay, back to the questions. But yeah, it's really hard trying to balance everything out. Honestly, the first 2 months, I don't remember. I don't I don't remember, because my daughter was born in June. I had July and a little bit of August off. After she was born, most of it is like this blank. I remember that we're all alive, so there's that. So I must have done something right. I'm not quite sure. My wife says that we're all good, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. What's going to happen when 300 horsepower isn't enough in the DSM? I imagine, Tony, I'll call you and say, I need more. And you'll go, okay. And we'll plan something, and you'll come up and we'll like blow up the car and have to rebuild it all again because we tried to make 100 PSI a boost on stock internals or something like that. Because isn't that how this usually goes? I mean, I'm not against it. Just right now I want to be able to drive it for a little while. Let's see if I can pull up... can I do this? I'm curious. See if I can pull up comments on this video right now on my computer. Because I know a lot of you guys, it's been like streaming by. And it's really hard to keep up with everything that's going on. Let's see. I just saw myself on the computer in like full resolution. God, I'm ugly. Let's see. Pulling this up. Hold on, just a moment. See, this is why live doesn't always work for some people, because not only they're easily distracted, but then they like do something like this and spend 5 minutes looking up something on the computer that's not really necessary at all. Is this it? Oh, hey. There we go. I think I got it. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I pulled it up. How much does the car weigh? It is completely stock, so I think like 2,700 pounds. It weighs about, I was kind of surprised, it weighs about as much as the Solstice, which I don't talk much about the Solstice, but I drove it today and I've been driving around, and I think that's gonna be the next sort of project car. And this is one of those big ifs. If we can find a way to sort of make this I don't want to say profitable, because if you say that you're doing this whole thing for purely profit, but come on, if you're in this YouTube game and you're not saying, man, I really, really wish that this was my day job, why do it? Because this is kind of what we all want. Not under 2,500 without a serious diet. Yeah, no, it's definitely not under 2,500. They are kind of heavy, just the all-wheel drive system and everything. But Blue Falcon and Anthony, y'all know I defer to your knowledge. Wikipedia told me that, I think. I defer to y'all's knowledge, and that's the great thing about buying a DSM. It's the fact that the sort of knowledge base is huge, and you guys seriously have been awesome with helping me get this thing off the ground. I really wish that I could have try to get it sponsor car. Chris, if you knew how to do it, if you know how to get sponsors for a car, let me know. I looked into that like carsponsors.com because they sent me something, and it looks really sketchy. So if And we're gonna talk about possible sponsoring in just a minute. So I guess that's, jeez, you guys are like going nuts in the comments. I'm gonna have to go back and read all these later. Um, Edmund said, yeah, just under 3,100. That's probably more right than Wikipedia, because Wikipedia is not. If you've been to college recently, I wonder if it's still the same. It's like Wikipedia still like not a big no go for any sort of reputable source. Um, okay, so we got all this done. Yeah, 2,600 for the front wheel. That's why a lot of people that that's why a lot of people, whenever they would go racing when these cars were new, would use the front wheel drives because they were so much lighter. Uh, Hear my dog in the background. So something that I didn't really want to do. I tried it at first back when this channel was shooting cars and it wasn't, just me. I had a ton of logo shirts. Like, I'm still sitting on like gotta be 70 something of these shirts. Yeah, that was a bad one on my part. I was not sure what I was thinking. Anyway, so I had done that and I was trying to use them as giveaway stuff for a Patreon account. And I always felt kind of dirty with a Patreon, because I know that a lot of people are like, oh, it's a great way for you to, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm bringing enough. Well, it was 100. I sold 30 for somehow. And okay, I've got like 5 in the closet. If you watch any of the shop videos, 90% of the time I'm wearing one of those. Yeah, I got a couple of 2 or 3 X's if you want one. I gotcha. $1 million though. $1 million. But I've sort of redone the Patreon page. It's not nearly as complicated as it was. And hold on, let me pull it up. There would have been something good for me to do before. It's not $1 million. Just holler at me on Facebook or something. The way it's set up is that you guys that have already like donated parts, you're already getting you're gonna get some of the goodies. I've luckily got a alternate channel where you film people, so you can name it Shooting People. No, I'm not. I don't feel like that would be good for YouTube success. We are trying to do a side business right now where we do wedding videos. We've got several booked, and it's really cool, but we don't quite have enough that I can say, any of this is my job now, which is really the goal, because while teaching, the summer's nice. I really just want to be home with my kid. And I'm sure all you guys with kids that are like 4 or 5, like, you won't want to be there all the time. But my dad for the longest time was my dad for the longest time had his own nursery and was gainfully self-employed for years until that whole economic recession thing. And man, it's just one of those things where, like, God, I really wish that I could do that. Why can't I pull up the flipping? This is really aggravating. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I'm trying to do all these like random side hustles that, there's like, oh, I got a side hustle. Everybody on the internet loves the concept of a side hustle, but not everybody really wants to do it. Luckily, I hate sleep. But I like the idea of not having to work for anybody but myself. Let's see. I'm trying to pull up Patreon, my Patreon page that I recently redid, and oh wait, it's the part where it says your page. So it's patreon.com, and it's still / shooting cars. So let's see. I'm gonna drop it in the comments. I guess I should have put it in, one of those things where I should have done it. DSMs used to be my side hustle. Now it's an empire of greasy dirt. See, that's why you need a YouTube channel, Blue. And where are you located at? Because I can't remember if it was you or someone else that said you were in like Texas. I'll definitely have to come check out your empire of greasy dirt soon, because I'm always there. So, yes, you should become best friends. Anyway, so basically what it's looking like, and I still feel skeevy asking for any money, and all the parts that have been donated, I haven't like begged. But I moved from Texas. Kansas, Texas, it's all flat. Right? Same thing. The link's not working. Huh. Weird. I don't know. I guess it's because I'm looking at it from my perspective, maybe. I don't know. I'll work on that. But the channel sponsors stuff is I know, I'm just joking. Hill country in Texas is beautiful. That would be a great road trip in the GSX. The way I got it broken down is $1 a month. Thank you. I mean, I don't want anybody to put money into this if you're like a college student, because look, I understand the ramen and water life. Jesus. The ramen and water life. I lived alone the whole time I was in college. I worked 40 hours a week and took like 15 hours a semester. Getting my 4-year degree was the best 5 years of my life. Whatever. But look, if you guys just will watch and support the channel, awesome. But if you guys want to help out for $1, you get just me saying thank you. Your victory lap, man. That's where I met my wife. It's great. But $1, thank you. I'll give you a whole bunch of like free content and stuff on the Patreon feed, and you'll get access to some of this like live goodness going on right here. And then $10 a month, you get to put your name somewhere, probably on the back glass. Luckily, my wife has like this big vinyl cutting machine. Her and her dad do shirts and embroidery. That's why getting a whole bunch of shirts wasn't like the end of the world, because I did them myself and saved a little money. She's got a vinyl cutting machine. I'm going to get something made up for the back of the Eclipse and back of the truck. So $10 a month, you get your name forever immortalized on my junk. Vehicles. Not... Sorry, YouTube. Don't demonetize everything I have. And then I'll put, like how awesome you are. Phrasing. Are we still doing phrasing? Is that an Archer thing? Yeah. All right, and $25 a month, mentioned in the end credits of every video. Basically, you'd be a title sponsor, and that's like I don't have a ton to give, but I mean, if you look, I tell you what, if you're a $10 sponsor and you want me to send you one of these old shooting car shirts, just whatever, send me your address. I'll put it in a bag, send it to you. They look like shirts. I mean, so yeah, there's that. Let me try the link one more time. Share. Yeah, send me $10 and I'll slap that up there. Yeah, actually, what I was thinking about is making some once it kind of gets black shirts hide the grease. What was wrong with the link, Venom? Anything? So would you guys be down if I made some vanilla rice shirts? Right? Because I know a guy who does all of my shirts And I think while he might think that my GSX is, you know, not a classic, weird. ShamWow Pitchman has some real competition. I want to do I want to do a remake of the Slap Chop commercial. You'll love my nuts. Made myself laugh. So yeah, I'll look at getting some Vanilla Rice shirts made if you guys would be down for that. Let me try that link for some reason. Shake weight, bro. When are you gonna shave that patchy beard? True story. About the patchy beard. Yeah. You get a Vanilla Rice shirt. Donate $10 to the Patreon. We'll do it. The beard. I just hate shaving. I really, really hate shaving. And the problem with me hating shaving is I'm so like genetically white trash that it grows in all patchy and funky and stuff. So like, yeah, when it tries to grow in full, yeah, it really does. When it tries to grow in full, I got like this one patch here and like this patch here, and I look kind of like I have the mange. Yeah, see, I wish I could grow a super beard, like Aaron over there. Yeah, I saw the mullet. I couldn't pull it off. Couldn't pull it off myself. So look, I'm gonna put the oh, that's why it is. There we go. Let's try this again. Joe Dirte. Okay, try the link now. You can check it out. And once again, guys, don't put yourself in a bind to help me. I'm gonna be all right. While the YouTube game has been kind of weak lately because, according to every YouTuber out there, it's the end of the world. But here's the thing. If you're doing it just to be like rich and famous, I don't think that's the reason. I'm doing it so I can meet you guys. So you know, we can sort of build something out of nothing, and I really think it's cool. And I think I'm rambling at this point. Yeah, so I've been rambling for hold on. Now I'm trying to figure out who you are. Old English teacher. I'm not that old. 28 isn't that old. But like I've been saying, I've been talking for almost 50 minutes now. And I didn't think that my first live would go this long. I thought it would be like a 10-minute thing. But you guys have made it a blast. And if you want, we'll do this again. Oh man, older than me. Yeah, I'm probably let's see, now I'm just reading comments by 1 whole year. Well, look, I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, my jokes are corny. That's how I roll. Let's see, anything else? What can I say? I really don't want this to end. This has been like the most fun I've had doing a YouTube thing. And at first I was like super nervous, and I thought about like chugging something before and like just getting through this, because while I'm decent at public speaking, it's people that I can see. You guys are just like weird, disambiguous internet people that I can't see. So it's like, you know how they say in public speaking, imagine everybody naked. I don't want to imagine any of you naked. That's just weird. So, look, I'm going to go hang out with my kid. I got to get up and go to work in the morning. I don't know. Hey, Aaron. Can we do a dual live stream? I'm done with these comments. I'm done. Oh man. Okay, so I tell you what, Aaron, get with me on Facebook and let's figure this out, because I think this would be really fun. Invite you to hang out. We'll figure it out. Oh wait, Josh? Yeah, oh by the way, Josh, if you watch any of the videos and see this other guy that's helping me out 9 times out of 10, it's Josh, the guy that's commenting. He's I this kid is a savant with engine stuff, and he's really helped me out a lot. Uh, I've been watching Booster Boys since they showed up on the YouTuber challenge thing, and they're really funny too. Yeah, dude, that'd be great. I've done a couple of podcasts. Send me the stuff. Yeah, send me a message on Facebook. Add me as a friend. Um, yeah. All right. Look, I'm gonna go hang out with my kid, and to be completely honest, I've been like, oh, there's still water in there. Spilled it. So, it's on my notebook. Crap. I've been drinking a lot, and I really have to pee. So, yeah. I don't want to bring you guys with me. That would be really awkward. So, I guess I'm going to end this thing. It's been great. It's been fun. Enjoyed hanging out with you guys, and we'll have to do it again. Look for some collaborations with some other people. All right. You guys have a great evening. And no, I'm not bringing you with me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for everything that you guys are doing. Even watching this has been a huge boost to my channel. Has been a huge boost to everything we're doing. I hear my kid crying. Let me go before I lose the title of Dad of the Year. Peace. Yeah, I want to stop live streaming.